The breeze then behind Rod Wishart. He won't want to give this too much. And there's the kickoff. Taken by Stewart. And Lomax goes back. Big tackle early by Pinchinelli. Hetherington angles in behind the markers. They stay alert. Walters looks for a gap between the markers, and again, they're ready, willing and able. They're on their own 20-metre line. Second tackle. Meninga goes for a charge on the blind side. Now they've reached the 30-metre line. Stewart across on the third tackle. A diving take by Croker. Slammed down into the ground by Simon. Big job for John Simon tonight. A rebound, a charge down. Mullins is with it. Mullins! 32 metres out from his own line. Mullins has gone to ground injured.
Oh, big hit there from Peter Johnson. There's been a penalty awarded against Illawarra. And so much tension in this game. Natives getting restless. Mullins still down. Looks like he's got an injury up around the thigh area. The penalty has been awarded against the Steelers, and both touch judges are on in all sorts of trouble. The number one. Might be a knee problem. And what a cruel twist of fate. It's the man of the moment, really. Can't be involved in one of the key matches for Canberra this year. This is how it was hurt. You can see there, good strong defence from Pinchinelli and Craig Simon. The knee was, or the leg was pretty much crunched, and straight away he's got problems.
Fritz is with it now. Right on the halfway line. A sideline comment from Steve Roach.
Yeah, just on Brett Mullins. Thank goodness no knee damage. He's got a cork thigh. We'll see him back.
This ball giving Matthew Wood a bit of trouble. Coming back from his own line. His head heavily bandaged. Nandruku, 15 out from his line. Second tackle on this set for Canberra. Fulavai. Johnston had him in his sights. Fired the shot. It just missed. Clyde looks inside. Opts not to pass.
Oh, great tackle, Neil Pinchinelli. He's chased everything out there early in this game. Come up with some great defence. Really underestimating the competition. Good ball skills as well as Riolo picks up. Confronted. Can't beat Meninga.
Fulavai, meantime, is injured for Canberra. Their injury toll is mounting as John Simon goes wide for Nigel Roy. A few metres short of the halfway line. Dean Callaway uses John Simon now. He tries to hold off the tackle by Steve Walters. Callaway goes to dummy half, and now Cross very fast off the mark is picked off by Lomax through Callaway to Craig Simon now with Nigel Roy, and he's put down 35 out from the Canberra line. No score. Jody Rudd now coming infield and away from the sideline. He's put down very heavily. Hetherington low. Up the top was Pongia. This is John Simon. He decides to go to the air. Wishart is flying. Fulavai tested. Down for McGregor. McGregor, can he get it down? Paul McGregor gets it down, and Illawarra get the first try.
And the fans are happy, and every right to be. They've had very little football early in this game. A great kick from John Simon. I've got to give an enormous rap to Matthew Wood, I think it is, in defence for Canberra. Wishart flies high, puts a lot of pressure on Fulavai now, bounces back into McGregor's hands. It looks like a simple job of just getting over the line. But what about the strength there from Matthew Wood, pushing a much bigger man sideways? Finally, Fulavai comes in to help. And McGregor pounds the ball down to get the first four-pointer. Beautiful kick from his halfback. Good chase from Wishart. Never took his eyes off the ball. The ball bounced back to McGregor. Matthew Wood straining to get him over the sideline. Paul McGregor, he is going to be one of the greats, and gets the ball down, no doubt.
There's the kick. Oh, it's a beauty. 6-0 in favour of the men in red. 11 minutes gone, Friday night football.
Well, the try is United. Number 4, Paul McGregor, converted by number 2, Rod Wishart. Steelers 6, so Canberra 0.
Canberra then restart as we welcome you back to Steelers Stadium with that scoreline. 6-0 in favour of Illawarra. A try from the bomb scored by Origin centre Paul McGregor. A chancy take there by Andrew Farrer. He's put away by Ruben Wiki. McGregor goes to dummy half. The man playing the ball looked at the referee, thought he'd earned a penalty. Now it's to be played by Fritz.
One thing that Illawarra are doing very well, Ray, is that they're getting the Canberra backs to come up with some defence. They're making them make their tackles, and a couple of times Canberra have had to work the ball out of trouble. They've been very bunched. But usually, as we've seen in the past week, sides have played Canberra in the middle, their backs get a good rest, and then they're able to spread the ball out of trouble. But Illawarra are testing them wide and making their backs do some tackles.
Simon's kick will find the line. 10 metres out from the Canberra line. And for those of you that might have joined us a little bit late, you'll notice number 14 is out there for Canberra. His name is Matthew Wood, and he's had to take the place of Brett Mullins. Brett has suffered a leg injury. And wouldn't it be ironical and tragic if Canberra were to lose another of their stars as they did last year in the run down to the semi-finals. There's the head-to-head, comprehensive for Canberra. 6-4 though in their favour at Steelers, and you'll find the last twice they've played here, I fancy Illawarra have won them both. 12 metres out from their line, the Raiders of Canberra with Bradley Clyde working it out. Walters has gone to dummy half. They're behind on the scoreboard. I wonder how long it is since they've been in this predicament. At least 5 matches we know of, and probably that match against North Sydney, you'd have to go back to that. Furner is playing the best football of his career as he reaches the 40-metre line. Walters now across for Stewart, and Stewart, his kick met by the breeze. Now the Canberra players are inside the 10. They have to go backwards, and Wishart is able to make some good ground. A quick play the ball. John Simon for cross and a long pass. This is Nigel Roy, and he's put away 35 metres out from the Canberra line.
And that's exactly what Phil Gould is talking about, spreading the ball wide early in the tackle count, trying to spread the Canberra defence. To me, that's a sign of confidence. As Fritz takes the ball up again on another big charge. Good tackle there from Furner. He had a head of steam up, the big man.
So Callaway has the choice of right or left, and here's a penalty right in front. Well, Annesley couldn't have been any kinder, and that's not a criticism of him. Just off centre, 11 metres out.
That penalty a result of good pressure from Illawarra. They went forward in the middle of the field after they moved the ball wide. That put Canberra pressure on the Canberra defence, and they had to race up quick because they were outnumbered on both sides of the field. Well inside the 10 metres there. Graham Annesley, no hesitation in awarding the penalty.
Here's Wishart now from 11 out, practically in front. He doesn't make mistakes from that range. 8 points to 0 Illawarra over Canberra. 15 minutes gone. We're back in a moment.
Steelers 12, Canberra 0. All right, I done it again. Steelers 8. I don't think it's anticipating. I'm anticipating.
Back at the Steelers Stadium, along with a capacity crowd. A crowd that might well be the biggest ever. 8-0 in favour of Illawarra as Fritz brings it out to the 20-metre line. Pinchinelli. Nothing fancy back inside their own 20-metre line. They're just beyond it now. Johnston did well. And now Callaway. Callaway is brought down in a grassing tackle by Quentin Pongia. They're 10 metres short of the halfway as Simon uses Johnston. His second hit up on this set of 6. Nearly to the halfway line. They go to the blind side. Cross keeps it low. Nandruku's got a problem over there. What will he do? He's going to have to take it back. Nandruku tackled back in that corner, the scoreboard corner. Wood now. Nandruku coming away to the 20-metre line.
You can see now the Canberra side very bunched behind to play the ball. They've got no way they're going to spread the ball out of trouble, and that's because Illawarra are working them over in defence. really starting to tell on them halfway through this first half.
And the kicking game from the Steelers has been outstanding. They've scored already one try from the bomb. That last kick from John Cross, the grubber kick down, forcing the players into the corner was great. Simon's already found touch. It's a better kick from Canberra. I don't think that Tim Sheens would have been too happy with the little chip early in the game from Nandruku. Steelers really taking advantage of this breeze that they do have at their back.
So here they come with their first tackle on a new set. And they're 42 metres out from their own line. So they will finish with good field position at the end of this. Simon, Craig, McGregor. He's pulled down. The try scorer. No gain in ground. That was good defence by Canberra. Here's Fritz again to the halfway line. Crowd loves Big Fritz, and they get a penalty, Illawarra. Now the message is that Fullervai has been told to come off, and Mullins goes back into the game now as Illawarra win the scrum.
I just hope Ray Illawarra don't close up and think that they've got a lead big enough to win this game. 8 points is not going to get them home, I would think, against this Canberra side as soon as the ball starts to come their way. And if they start getting protective and not working Canberra over, Canberra will get a bit of a breather and come back at them with all guns blazing.
I don't think they'll do that, Phil, because look, I don't think they know how to do it. I really think that they know that their strength is some of the intricate plays that they have keeping the ball alive. They know they've got to be positive tonight, and I'm sure that they'll stay that way, try and build on this lead.
Canberra team, number 2. Albert Fullervai is off.
Simon, Craig with it now. Almost through, but Clyde read it well. 5 tackles gone now for the Steelers. They lead 8-0. John Simon puts it high. The bomb in middle of the ground, and Meninga comes away with it for Canberra. Trainers working overtime. They've been out there offering water to the players more frequently than normal. Such is the pace of this game. Oh, Lomax took one across the whiskers. Andrew Farrer was the tackler. Hetherington now. Here's the tackle on Lomax. Across the chest. Climbing up around the chin. Stewart. Four metres inside Illawarra's area. The last tackle. Lomax finds himself a dummy half. Furner puts it down to the 20-metre line. The chase is good. Riolo confronted by the defence of the kicker. Good work by David Furner.
We're still, Ray, with 32 minutes into the game, and we really haven't seen a backline raid by the Canberra Raiders. I know Mullins has been off the field. He's back there now. Certainly something I think Tim Sheens will address at half-time. They've been a little negative in this half of football, and maybe the defence from Illawarra's got them overawed.
Play by Jody Rudd now, and worked away by Callaway, and the penalty goes to Illawarra. Practically on the halfway line, Canberra inside the 10. 8-0, a try for Illawarra, the only one of the game, scored by Paul McGregor off a bomb. That's the 10 metres being infringed. Wishart has kicked 2 goals from 3 attempts. Callaway takes the tap. Danger for Canberra again. It comes out to Andrew Farrer. 2 decoys, then McGregor. Ruben Wiki had done his homework on that play. Nigel Roy loses the ball. Was it raked out? Wishart is with it. 6 more tackles. The touch judge advises the referee. Walsh. 18 metres out from the line now. Callaway comes back to the blind side. Simon stands and looks to unload. Clyde is there to shut him down with Walters.
Watch for John Cross on the fringe of the ruck. If John Simon's not there, he's the man that can put some things on.
Pincinelli back inside.
Great
Clyde
tackle.
was the tackler on Walsh. They're 10 metres out from the line. Callaway for Simon. John Simon to his brother Craig. Turns it inside for for Nigel Roy. And Roy is tackled. 5 metres out from the line. This is the last tackle coming up now. Callaway for John Simon. The grubber kick. Was he taken out of it? Mullins tries to get back, and he does. Wiki.
One thing I'd like to see in the Illawarra side, Ray, is Paul McGregor go around to the left-hand side of the field and have a few sniffs over there. Primarily, he stays on the right-hand side of the field with Rod Wishart. Illawarra split their centres. I really think they could get some numbers over on the far side of the field if McGregor could go around and help out over there.
Stewart now works it away for Croker. Meninga, a catch and pass. Nandruko, the flying Fijian, down the sideline. The support of Croker.
Oh, Callaway.
Callaway from nowhere made the tackle.
The hooker stayed with Croker all the way there. Great cover, but Canberra, they got numbers out wide.
Stewart shows it to Lomax. Sends Furner ahead to the 20-metre line. The last for Canberra now. And away from Wiki, it's gone to Stewart. A cross-field bomb. Matthew Wood had an opportunity. Canberra had an opportunity, but knocked on. 8 points to 0 then, 36 minutes gone in the first half. Eight points to 0. Illawarra over Canberra, close to half-time. Can they take that lead to the break? Meninga is tackled in front of the uprights, 10 metres out from the line. That's the first on this set. Ruben Wiki from dummy half. He's pulled down on the second. Walters a dummy half. Now Pongia, and Pongia hits the line. Illawarra equal to the task so far. Third tackle is gone. Stewart is with it. The long pass, finding Meninga. Then Nandruko. Nandruko loses the ball. Great defence by the Illawarra Steelers.
Firstly, Callaway. This time, Nigel Roy. The number 3, have a look at this for a tackle. Nandruku's going to score. The force of the tackle put the ball into touch.
Nice play there from Canberra. Ricky Stewart, that long spiral pass behind one of his players and across another to Meninga, who has very good quick hands and good vision. Got the ball wide to Nandruku, but Nigel Roy, that's a try saver.
For Illawarra, they should be able to shut it down now. Safely to half-time. Leading 8-0. As David Welsh is put away, 25 metres out from his own line. Johnston chimes in. Fritz and Johnston. Fritz is not out there now. They've laid a very good platform. John Cross. Good yards. 48 out from the Canberra line. This is the last tackle. John Simon keeps it low, looks for the line and finds it.
Nice set of 6 from Illawarra. They saved a try right down deep in their own territory, and the next time they've given it back to Canberra, they've given it back within 10 metres of their own try line.
They don't come any better than that.
No, it's a good settling set of 6. Getting down towards half-time, they've got an 8-0 lead. I think they're protecting the lead a little bit. They've gone a little bit negative in their play. The first time Canberra pushed the ball through some hands, they got around them and nearly came up with points at the other end. If Illawarra can get in leading 8-0 at half-time, I'm sure Graham Murray will be stressing the point they've got to stay positive. They've got to keep moving the ball.
Just again pointing out that Illawarra have had a penalty goes to Canberra. They've had this breeze in the first half. It's not overly strong. I suppose if you asked me to rate it, I'd rate it at around about a 4-point breeze. 4-3 the penalties to Illawarra. As Lomax comes charging up on the blind side to reach the halfway line. For Walters to go into dummy half and answer the call of this man Stewart. Pongia crosses the halfway mark. Walters putting a play on around the play of the ball. Mullins 40 metres out from the Illawarra line. The way he moved then, he seemed okay, but I noticed he went down and clutched at his knee again briefly. 35 metres out now from the Illawarra line, where we're breathing down the break. Stewart with a long pass. Matthew Wood is picked off by Rod Wishart. 5 gone as Stewart goes to the air. Riolo underneath it. Under pressure. Standing his ground, this very popular number 1. I don't know that he's playing fully fit, though. The siren in the background. Annesley acknowledges. And a wonderful first half for Illawarra. Buoyed on by this magnificent crowd. They lead 8-0. Welcome back. 8-0 in favour of Illawarra, the home side at Steelers Stadium. And here's Fritz back on the park. David Walsh has gone back to the bench. Brett Mullins is out there for Canberra. So he has made a total recovery, it would seem. 40 minutes then in front of us. And Illawarra continue this battle to make the final 5. Cross playing it near the halfway. Callaway for Darren Fritz, who takes it up for the second time on the opening set. Callaway again, back looking for the kicker, Farah. Farah's kick down into the corner where Mullins will bring it away. Illawarra go down the ground quickly, paying the respect to Mullins that he so richly deserves these days. But every time Mullins is tackled, he gingerly comes away and clutches at his leg. Meninga was able to brush away from one. Got a pass inside for Croker. He's on his own though. Mandruku coming late. Croker to play the ball. 42 metres out. Mandruku immediately on for Stewart, and then for Brad Clyde out wide. And Clyde is put away 32 metres out from the line. Ruben Wiki. Stewart. Ferner goes in. Pongia is held. The fifth tackle is with us. Stewart indicates he wants the ball, and Lomax got in the road. That has put pressure on Stewart. He flicks it out the back desperately. Ferner comes in to try and help, but nothing went right there. John Lomax got in the road. Illawarra come away with it now. Outside the 40-metre line, Jody Rudd is slammed down by Mal Meninga. Andrew Farah now back to the halfway line. Talking of halves at half-time, Steve Roach, what did you find out?
Yeah, well, Tim Sheens was pretty happy with his side, only down by 8 points, considering they had to work the ball out of their own half for the first half. He'd like to see his players try and play the ball a little bit quicker to give Ricky Stewart a bit more room. Put plenty of pressure on Andrew Farah. He's a bit slow to kick the ball. I want to see the markers chase him and improve our own kicking game. Give Ricky a bit of an option, but they still think they're in this game. Riolo's over the 20-metre line. Mandruku's got in. The ball goes to ground.
Recovered by Jody Rudd. 6 more tackles, says Annesley. Deep in the corner, they go to John Simon. Simon, he comes back towards the blind side. Uses Dean Callaway. The ball on the half volley for Craig Simon. He steps out of one. Taken by Steve Walters. The line is only 5 metres in front of them. Callaway now. Back and away for Fritz. Fritz almost over the line and held up by Brad Clyde. Callaway to dummy half again. Couple of metres away from the try line, as you can see. John Simon holds it back, then for Neil Pincinelli, and he's put down. Hetherington the tackler. Callaway for Simon. Now for Craig Simon. Then for David Riolo. Pushes it inside for Paul McGregor, and McGregor is tackled on the 5th. Tremendous defence by Canberra. John Simon goes to the air now. Pincinelli contests the bounce, gets the pass away for Wishart, but the ball has gone forward, and that's the turnover.
Well, that's great defence from the Raiders. I thought David Riolo might have been struggling coming into this game, but making the bust there, signs of his blistering pace. They got another set of 6. There you see Riolo getting away from Stewart, and that meant that the Steelers were able to keep pressure on. The Raiders did well.
Just looking at the Illawarra defensive line since half-time, Ray, they've obviously talked about the fact that Canberra haven't spread the ball in the first half. They've become very condensed, and John Simon was working in behind the line. The first time Canberra put the ball through some hands, they broke him again. It's a high tackle.
Yeah, Darren Fritz, it was a fairly careless shot. He'll be penalised. I don't think there'll be any further action.
Just getting back, if I was Illawarra, I'd be expecting a few spreads from Canberra. I wouldn't shorten the defensive line up any. I wouldn't be lulled into the fact that they didn't spread the ball too much in the first half. Illawarra have come out and condensed their line in the second half. That's fraught with danger against this side.
Wesley has gone on. Hetherington has come off. And there's no doubt that Canberra player felt the tackle of Peter Johnston's more than he did the tackle of Darren Fritz. Wesley quickly into action. 32 metres away from the Illawarra line. 8-0 in favour of the Steelers over the Raiders. Stewart on for Lomax. Lomax held by Cross. Simon comes in to combine and make the tackle. They can't put him away, the chunky New Zealander. Walters goes over to the blind side. Bradley Clyde comes back up the centre. Now they're 12 metres out from the Illawarra line. Stewart is with the ball. Wesley's the decoy. Croker gets it on. Meninga's pass goes to ground. Did it come off the hand of Illawarra? Played by Meninga. Given by Croker. Then by Stewart. Furner is with it. And Furner is rounded up by Craig Simon. The last tackle now for Canberra. Stewart keeps it low into the scoreboard corner. John Simon is with it for Illawarra, though, and the pressure comes off.
Well, I think they were hard done by there, Canberra. I've got no doubt that Nigel Roy touched the football when Mal Meninga was trying to promote the ball quickly to Mullins into the back line. It should have been another set of 6. Here's Jody Rudd now taking pressure off.
John Simon, a wide pass out for Pinchinelli. Pinchinelli huddled down on the tackle, is able to get the pass away. Callaway, Johnston running into a full-blooded combined tackle of Pongia and Lomax. John Simon gets his kick in as David Furner puts some charge down pressure on him. The bouncing ball in front of Brett Mullins. Mullins marked up by McGregor. Wishart and McGregor stopping any progress for Brett Mullins. Across now from Stewart, it's with Clyde.
The other thing, of course, too, Phil, is the fact that Canberra do have the wind advantage in this second half. We see there the kick fielded by Canberra at 40 metres out from their own line. So we should be seeing them down in their opponent's territory a fair bit more than we saw the first 40.
Well, Steve Walters has drawn a penalty. He realised that Darren Fritz was not standing immediately in front of the play the ball. And Walters just had to run at him. Watch him. He does that. And Annesley is obliged to give the penalty.
Very dangerous set of 6 here now for Illawarra. An 8-0 lead. Only 10 minutes into the second half and Canberra coming down. They've had a bit of ball at this end of the field.
Lomax on the first tackle. 5 metres out from the line. Walters away to Stewart and now Wesley. Wesley taken by Johnston in the number 10. He's reeled off some big hits tonight, Peter Johnston. They come back to the blind side. Stewart away to Meninga. Meninga runs at Nigel Roy. He's pulled down by that player. 9 metres out from the line. Nandruku to Stewart. A long pass away for Furner. Furner is just inside the 10-metre line and he's pulled down. McGregor waving for assistance on the far left of the ground. Croker looks for Clyde coming off his hip. Clyde responds but is tackled. 5 gone for Canberra now as they come back looking for Ricky Stewart. Here he is with the ball across looking for the flanker. Nandruku, he goes high. Meninga puts it down and that will be a try, I believe. Consultation with the in-goal judge. No try.
Well, straight away, David Riolo appealing to the referee that the ball had been knocked on by Nandruku. Beautiful kick there, and what about how high does Nandruku get off the ground? Straight across for the winger. Forced to stand still, the Illawarra winger. And, well, it looks like it's gone backwards there, but the in-goal touch judge was the man who made the crucial decision.
I think you'll find the first contact of Nandruku's hand. The ball did get propelled forward. What is fooling us is where Nandruku lands on the ground, the ball appears to be behind him. But the ball was propelled forward, and I think that's a very good ruling by the in-goal judge. As Illawarra now come back with Fritz reaching the 30-metre line. This is the last for them. John Simon plugging it into the end goal. Mullins will let it go. An easy restart for Canberra. 8-0 Illawarra, 49 minutes gone. Ricky Stewart just getting some help from one of the trainers. He's got a boot problem. Lomax, short passing. Played by Ruben Wiki. The centre of a tug-of-war between the Auckland Warriors and Canberra. Another player that's in the middle of a tug-of-war. Ferner, not a great deal of urgency in this set of 6, and you know the reason why, because Ricky Stewart has only just got back into the playmaker role. Walters. Illawarra handling with consummate is what Canberra is throwing at them at the moment. Now Stewart bounces up for Riolo. Canberra all onside. Riolo tackle just beyond the 30-metre line.
Very much off their game tonight, Canberra. That previous set of 6 where they got the penalty down near the try line, Mullins misread a call. They put the ball to both sides of the field, and both times he was unsure which way the ball was going. And as we saw in that set of 6, pretty negative without Ricky Stewart, as you would expect. But they're too good a side. I mean, Canberra will play their way out of this. They've got too many experienced players and too many representative class players to allow these things to worry them. They know that 8 points can be picked up very, very quickly.
Well, that's where they are now, 30 metres out from the line. Stewart pursued, got the pass back for Ruben Wiki. Wiki's to the 20-metre line. Grassing tackle by Farah. John Simon over the top. Now it's with Lomax. Lomax looking for a support player. None was evident. 10 metres out from the line. Walters looking for Stewart. There's Stewart with the ball now. Inside pass for Ferner. Likewise for Pongia. Pongia inside for Walters. Walters, a beaut try. Oh, that's a gem of a try by Canberra.
Oh, an excellent try there. Beautiful skills from the forward pack there. Keeping the ball alive, and finally Steve Walters under the black dot. They've had some possession, and it all comes back from Peter Johnson forcing the football in his own territory. Meninga was able to clean up, and within the set of 6, they were able to score the try. Good sleight of hand here by a number of players. Back inside there to David Ferner, who gets a great ball away to Lomax, able to push through Piccinelli. Riolo came in to help. That left Walters unmarked. But really it was the key pass of this man here, David Ferner, to Lomax, and then Lomax's ability to draw 2 defenders and get a man away unmarked.
David Ferner from right in front, 11 metres out. He converts. 8 points to 6 then. Illawarra over Canberra. Welcome back. Steelers Stadium. Packed house with the home side leading Canberra by 2. And I guess this match is attracting a lot of interest north of the border. Brisbane, of course, just like Illawarra, wishing no good luck to their arch rivals. This is Quentin Pongia, 32 metres out. Talking of Brisbane, we're doing their match on Sunday against Penrith. Steve Walters again. Almost to the halfway line. Are some of the Steelers forwards getting tired? Stewart, nobody at home there. The chase is on. Rod Wishart watches it over the sideline.
The Steelers have made a change. Craig Simon has left the field. Barry Ward in jersey number 41 has gone out for his side. It'll be interesting to see what changes positionally that will enforce. It may even be that Ward will go into the forward pack, you would think, and that will push Andrew Farah, of course, yeah.
Look at Canberra. They're all condensed on one side of the field. Nandruka the widest on the right, and they wouldn't have occupied 60% of the ground. That's a fair indication of their compressed defence. Fritz wrapped up by Wesley. They're 38 metres out from the line. John Simon's pass for Farah. Now McGregor. The ball came out, and Matthew Wood is with it. Played quickly, and they reach the halfway line with Ferner. Gets it away. Walters promotes it on for Stewart. Stewart's met by John Cross. Croker. Lomax. Driving run Another 8 metres of ground. Walters now for Wesley. Wesley gets it 35 metres out from the line. That would be the 4th. Walters for Stewart. Wide for Croker. Wiki comes in. Wiki gets away. Wiki's over the 20. Pulled down on 5. 15 out from the line. Stewart wants quick service. He's with it now. Furner's outside him. Stewart is able to get the ball on. There's a try coming. There's a try coming. Nandruko. Nandruko scores. And Canberra lead by 10-8.
Well, you could see there from the way the Illawarra players were forced to rush up in a staggered fashion in defence that they were in all sorts of trouble. A bad miss there from John Cross got them the momentum. Ruben Wiki rounded up by McGregor. But from this next play, the ball, it is the last tackle. There's one player going up very quickly. Stewart beats him with ease, gets a good pass away. There's another player on the outside rushing up quickly, was Jody Rudd. And some pretty simple stuff there. Good work from David Furner, good work from Ricky Stewart. But we've had 2 Illawarra players rush up out of the defence, and do that against Canberra, they're going to hurt you on the scoreboard.
Have a look at the number of players in the queue wanting to put their name down on the score sheet. The Raiders desperate to stay within reach of the top 3. That will almost certainly come down to that game at Brookvale. David Furner is offline. So 10 points to 8. We've had 1 hour of the match of the round, and Canberra now in front by 2 points. Welcome back. Friday Night Rugby League around Australia on the 9 network. Canberra have been trailing, but now they're in front by 2 points.
And the test of character now turns around. We've already seen Canberra answer that question. Tim Sheens was spot on when he said that he was quite happy with the fact they were only trailing by 8 after the weight of field position against them in the first 40 minutes. They've got to be deflated now, the Steelers. They're behind on the scoreboard. It's the first time they've been in trouble there all night. Physically, they're going to be a little bit tireder. They've really got to dig deep now if they're going to stay in this game.
Stewart keeping it low, and Wishart goes back into that scoreboard corner again. Uses Riolo, and Riolo is put down 12 metres away from his line. Wishart, the dummy half, using Jody Rudd. Nigel Roy! Nigel Roy! Over the halfway and put down by Ricky Stewart. A tentative tackle by Mullins. John Simon, long pass for Andrew Farah, put down by Pinchinelli. And the scrum will be fed and won by Canberra.
Well, the last 4 times Illawarra have had possession, Ray, they haven't got to the 6th tackle and they've turned the ball over. You can't keep doing that against Canberra and hope to win. They needed someone to come up with something big. They were looking a little flat. Nigel Roy came up with a good run, but all they've done is put a mistake on the end of it.
You'll see if Pinchinelli is changing direction. He's coming back inside Andrew Farah just at the wrong time.
So Canberra 33 metres away from their own line. Bradley Clyde has played a more prominent role tonight than he had to against Canterbury. Stewart burrows through, then thinks about offloading. Sideline comment from Steve Roach.
Yeah, they do look a little bit tired, Illawarra. A number of their forwards walking at the moment. In the first half, the difference is in the first half they made 50 yards on every set of 6. I think the replacements, David Welsh and Barry Ward, haven't done the job that Illawarra have wanted them to do today.
Wesley now. The last tackle coming up. And Stewart, that kick has come off the outside edge of the boot, but it still made no mistake. That's what I mean with Ricky Stewart. He can make a mistake, and even that looks good.
You could almost hear the ball talking, Ray, there. Came over close to us. I always thought the tongue in there was so that you could aerate the ball, but will not be the case with Stewart. 29 metres out.
You practiced that all week, the tongue in the ball.
He did too. He was saying it on the 7th, the 8th and the 9th on Monday.
Oh, you just bagged me about the wild winter woolly weekend.
Illawarra winning the scrum, and Jody Rudd is taken by Meninga just outside the 30-metre line. Farah along for Roy. Good break made by Nigel Roy just a matter of a couple of minutes ago. Darren Fritz thunders up towards the halfway line.
Illawarra's got to break Canberra's rhythm here. Canberra's starting to get into a bit of a groove, play their natural game. Illawarra's got to start giving the ball at their end of the field, make them work a little bit harder coming out with the ball.
They go to the blind side, off a quick play the ball, and John Cross is held by Meninga 35 metres out from the Canberra line. Fifth tackle, Callaway shakes to kick, then passes. Now that pass was forward by Jody Rudd to Callaway, and Annesley, he didn't read it. It doesn't make any difference because it's the turnover.
Well, that was a poor option on the fifth tackle. They needed to get the ball down in the Canberra quarter and make them do some hard work coming out. I think Illawarra's lost a little bit of self-belief. It's going to come up to an Andrew Farrer or a John Simon to get them back into this game. They're dropping off tackles, taking poor options, and really haven't moved the ball around as they were in the first 20 minutes of the game. One of their experienced players is going to have to come in and take a hand.
Quinton Pongia has come off for Canberra. And going on is Hetherington, this man, right on the halfway line. Meantime, Walsh has gone back on for Fritz and the Illawarra team. Lomax takes it up to the 40-metre line. Another strong performance by John Lomax tonight. The fifth tackle, and Stewart plugging it down into the corner. Riolo faced with a similar exercise as to the one he's experienced many times in the game tonight. Jody Rudd comes away from the left wing to help on the right of the ground. 10-8 in favour of Canberra as Wishart gets out from dummy half. Good yards. 38 metres out from his own line. Callaway pushes it up for Walsh. Walsh, a hit and spin, shovels the ball back for Callaway. Callaway asking the question of the referee and then deciding to play it. Andrew Farrer calls Paul McGregor infield, and McGregor gets a pass away. Well, they're starting to squeeze the pass. There's no need for it either. Time is not a great enemy. Neither is the scoreboard, really. Wiki is tackled 30 metres out from the Illawarra line. They come across for Bradley Clyde. Clyde will be looking to give them a quick play of the ball as he draws three defenders into him. Stewart comes away from one side, works on the other. The pass goes behind them, and Stewart is back to recover. A loss of ground for Canberra. That wasn't in the script. Meninga with Hetherington on the blind side. Then he gets it back to his captain. Across for Steve Walters. Walters thought about passing. Then he gets away, and he's picked up by Pencinelli. Walters was nearly looking at his second try. Stewart, he goes high to Wishart's corner. Wishart contests it. It comes off him and goes forward. And then he makes a knock-on of it himself.
Got a pretty good catch there, Rod Wishart. Right, with the mistake. Unfortunately, the other Illawarra players realised that they were in offside positions. And Wishart cleaned up his own mistake. But this may well be the key set of six in the game.
Lomax comes off, and Steve Stone has gone on for Canberra. They win the scrum. They've gone back to the 20-metre line to go forward. Meninga for Mullins. Mullins, oh, the big step. Oh, Mullins. Mullins. He breaks the record of Mandruko. I didn't think he was going to tonight. Given the injury he suffered early, Brett Mullins scores. He actually limps away to accept the congratulations of his teammates.
Wasn't limping too much in this run, and really it was, I think you find Nigel Roy, who was the man that came up with a very innocuous attempt there. Good decoy runners from Canberra here. You'll see David Riolo, not quite sure who to go for there. A cut-out pass. A lot of space back inside Nigel Roy. He did lose his footing, but I think Mullins would have been able to stand him up pretty well anyway.
Furner's kick is wide, no goal, so 14 points to 8. 69 minutes gone, 14-8. Canberra over Illawarra.
Here we see a good move. Again, it came from a mistake from Rod Wishart, who was under pressure, but the fact they sent Ruben Wiki through, that puts the Illawarra Steelers under some pressure in defence. And all they're trying to do is to get their speedmen into space. Once they do that, they'll put the football over the line.
Wesley carries the football on the return. Clyde gets it outside the 20-metre line. This massive crowd that has come to Steeler Stadium tonight, hoping for an Illawarra win. It's now looking as though they're going to be... Oh, a big shoulder from Johnston on Walters.
Thanks for coming.
Meninga now. Shaped a kick and turned it inside. Croker, he's in space. Riolo does well. Croker's pulled down. 20 metres out from the line. 5 tackles gone. Steve Stone is the dummy half. They go wide and it's in the hands of Stewart. The drop goal is successful. The 6-point margin becomes 7. 15 points to 8 now.
And the ball was still going up as it got to the grandstand. Under pressure, John Cross realised. Beautiful work from Meninga, dummying to kick the football. Great tackle from Riolo on Jason Croker. And the awareness of Ricky Stewart, knowing the importance of a 7-point buffer. He was under pressure from John Cross, but it went straight through the middle.
Restart by Rod Wishart and Mullins. He's conducting the orchestra down on his end of the park. Your turn now. I won't be taking the football back myself.
I think John Lomax has been Canberra's best ray, but Brad Clyde, 20 hit-ups he's had tonight. The closest is 17 from John Lomax, and then down to the 10 mark. So they've really worked hard. And then Clyde getting through a power of work.
Yeah, I tell you what, you talk about the best players, and we're looking for the man of the match for Ansett for their $1,000. Steve Walters has done nothing wrong. Again, Illawarra's Wishart comes back, tackled on the 30-metre line. Paul McGregor. Walsh out wide.
Well, they need a miracle here, Illawarra. That's not it. Pass back inside to Wishart. They've just made too many mistakes with the football at the wrong end of the field.
Well, that's about 7 sets of 6 in a row where they've turned the ball over to Canberra. No one's going to beat Canberra doing that. And Illawarra really got away from the plan that saw them so well in the first half. The first 20 minutes they were outstanding. They protected their lead getting into half-time and then came out with a negative attitude in the second half. Canberra haven't played well. I think they've been a little bit off their game tonight, but like a good side have hung in there and just waited for their opportunities. I think Timmy Sheens will be happy with the 2 points and happy that he can finally go home and have a few things to work on in their game. Previous weeks winning by big scores. It's very hard to keep the feet on the ground, but tonight will have got the double barrel bonus. 2 points and plenty to work on during the week.
Hetherington put away 35 metres out from the Illawarra line. Interesting statistic for Illawarra at home. This is only their 2nd loss of the season. They've played a couple of draws, but they've only actually been eclipsed on the one occasion this year. This will make it 2. A dummy by Croker. Croker put in a touch. Good defence, and I think it was David Riolo. It was.
It was indeed. It was the double dummy from Croker, and again, bad reading on the outside from Illawarra because they didn't have too many men there. It was Nigel Roy caught out all ends up there, overreading the situation. Croker putting his body on the line. John Simon and Riolo combining. Some poor defence out wide. They nearly paid again. And now the scrum set 10 metres out in their own line with not long to go.
Speaking of Jason Croker, Peter, talking to Laurie Daly last week after the game, he said that he would miss the Illawarra game this week. If they happen to get over the top of Illawarra at Steeler Stadium, he'd take the extra week off against West next week and definitely be back for the Manly game, which, as Ray said earlier, could probably decide the top three.
Well, he's been close to their best player again, Jason Croker, tonight. He's just done a great job. You see Laurie Daly, what an embarrassment of riches it is, as John Simon straight up the middle.
Knocked down by Canberra. This should be play on. It is. Well refereed, Graham Annesley. 6 more tackles. McGregor, then Pinchinelli. And Pinchinelli buckled over in the tackle, 42 metres out from the Canberra line. Farrell. Cross. Rounded up by Ruben Wiki out wide, together with David Furner. John Simon. 41 is Barry Ward. Built like a rock. Simon puts it on the left foot. It turns Nandruku around and inside out. Interesting to see off whom this actually came. Simon's kick. Does it strike a Canberra player? Not yet. Not yet. And Nandruku seems to kick it after it's gone over the line. So it'll be a Canberra feed for mine. Nandruku. Clyde. I journeyed after last Friday night down through the Riverina. And it's amazing, you know, how far the support for the Canberra Raiders extends these days. Their fan club stretches from, you might say, Albury right through to Goulburn, and even inland as far as Griffith and beyond. It's an incredible amount of fans that they've whipped up. Oh, look at their most recent champion, slicing them apart. Brett Mullins, Nandruku on to Stewart. He plugs it over the top and Meninga gives chase. And John Cross looks up and the Australian captain is bearing down on him.
Wouldn't that be a nice sight? The ball bouncing around and Mal's the first to arrive at speed. Good work from John Cross, knowing that his fullback was up in the line. And a replacement out there for Illawarra in 37 is Ben Duckworth, one of their young good players from the lower grades.
Walsh is tied up on his 20-metre line. Incidentally, nobody attracts as many inquiries of how his health is than Paul Vorton, very popular man, and he's out of hospital today and back next Friday.
Who's asked? No one's asked me. You must mix with different people.
Well,
he's out, is he?
It is a fact. He is very popular. He is out of hospital. He'll be back with us next Friday as Illawarra spread the ball for Jody Rudd. He tries to kick over the head of Nandruku, and falling on the ball is Mal Meninga.
Well, the Illawarra fans shouldn't lose heart too early. Penrith be hard to beat on Sunday against Brisbane. The lights have been burning late into the night at Penrith Stadium during the week, so they've keyed themselves up for a big one. They'd love nothing more to put Brisbane.
Here's trouble again for Illawarra. Clyde gets behind them. Meninga, the dummy. They won't stop him. Meninga gets the try. And Canberra lead by 19-8.
Well, a great finish for Canberra. I actually think this was exactly the kind of game they needed. They've had so many relatively easy victories. To be under so much pressure, 8-0 down at half-time, and to come out with such a strong second-half performance. Beautiful work. Clyde, the dummy throw from Meninga, unstoppable there. And the second 40 minutes has just shown that Canberra are very, very strong in character, strong in will and high on ability. Going into the semis, that's what they have to be.
This kick that we're about to witness is of vital importance for people who've played footy, Tab. Illawarra were taking 12.5 start. So you'd be nice and filthy if David Furner kicks this. There's countless thousands of dollars riding on this kick. It's only academic, but it's also worth a fortune to a lot of people.
Sounds like it might be a bit of yours, Ray.
No.
Some of mine.
That is beyond me. Footy tap. Here he is from a metre in, and he's missed it. If you've taken the Steelers, you're home on footy tap. But Canberra, well, what is left to say about them? They were down at half-time, 6 points to nil.
I'd like to thank you all for your support again tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
And it did look as though they were in for a very tough night. Was it 8-0? I think it was 8-0. And they've come back, and look at that. 19 points to nil they've scored in the second half.